and welcome back to our discussion this month on how it benefits you to be working with a professional agent. Today we're going to focus on negotiation. Now, the important thing about negotiation is to realize that you have to start negotiating from the very beginning with your own client. So whether you're working with the buyer or the seller, it's very important for them to understand what it takes to be successful in the current market. So, for example, here are some of the things that the client needs to understand. What kind of market is it? Is it a seller's market or a buyer's market? Because the negotiating process is very different under those two structures. Then, of course, how does the type of house and location impact the negotiation? For example, if the buyer wants a rambler and ramblers are in short supply in that particular area, then that's going to have some kind of an impact on the negotiation. Also, if the house is on, for example, the most popular street in town or the least desirable street in town, that will also have some impact on the negotiation. Then what happens if the house is overpriced for the market from the beginning, or if it's underpriced? Obviously, if it's overpriced, that will reduce the number of offers that are received. And if it is underpriced, it will greatly increase the number of buyers with whom your buyer has to compete. And then lastly, you must thoroughly understand with your client what his or her goals and capabilities are. By this I mean, if the goal is to have a house on a certain street, but those homes are a little bit more out of the price range than your client can afford, they may say, well, we'll just buy a fixer-upper on that street. But are they capable of fixing the property, and do they have the kind of loan that will allow them to buy that kind of a fixer-upper? So really, negotiation starts with your own client to fully inform them about what's going on in the market, what's possible, and what are they capable of, and what are they willing to do. In our current market, almost everywhere in the country, it's a hot seller's market. And this means that buyers are going over list price, they're not getting closing help, sellers are typically not fixing anything. And if your buyer doesn't understand those conditions of that market up front, it's going to be a very difficult and very discouraging process. So all agents must start negotiating with their own clients. After that, once you have a willing buyer and a willing seller and a certain house that you are looking at, it becomes very important to negotiate from a position which I'll describe as being unattached to the outcome. Your buyer needs to make an offer that you think will be successful, and the seller needs to have expectations that are consistent with the market. And then the two agents work together in a dispassionate and matter-of-fact way to help both buyer and seller win. We want to create a win-win situation so that we have happy buyers and happy sellers at the settlement table. So I hope this information has been helpful. If you'd like more information, please get in touch with me at the information on this video, and we're wishing you success in the market. Have a great day.